Have you ever scrolled through a storefront, either digital or a physical one if you're an outside type, and just see something just instantly captures your attention? But not a game that captures your attention because it looks beautiful or interesting, but because it looks like an absolute train wreck, and you just want to grab the popcorn and just be there for the ride. I think this game is one of those.
Dear sister, I arrived in the city. I know I promised to write sooner. I wanted to. I tried. But the desert is unforgiving and restless, and I didn't have a moment to breathe. You can't even begin to imagine what it's like. The burning heat, landscapes of fire. I applied for asylum today. The people here speak strangely, so I don't really understand what I have to do. But I'm sure I will figure it out quickly. In the meantime, I try to write everything down, so I don't forget how things work around here. Don't be mad at me. I will write more often from now on. If everything goes according to plan, I will send you money soon, and maybe you can join me. The South is not a good place for people like us anymore. I hope you're well. Kiss Eric for me. Love, your brother.
So, welcome to the game North. A game about... what is that? I can't even interact with it, so I guess we'll just have to leave the weird spooky monster baby alone and starving them. I'm down with that plan. I died of what? Oh! I was getting food for the spoopy monster baby. And I died again. Or maybe not. So if you're wondering why I'm just mumbling to myself as we go along and not analyzing everything or making observations or narrating the plot, it's because I don't know how. All I've seen so far in this game is a spooky monster baby moaning in a bathtub. And I had to go of the random dead base. Ugh! Nice place. Oh jeez, what a... Your appearance is haunting. And you just staring at family photos. Okay. In the bathroom? Oh shit, you're new. Okay, I think I'll just leave the monster people to do their thing. I think I saw some mailboxes outside, and I think now's as good a time as any to send our dear sister a letter.
Dear sister, I work at a factory that seems to provide energy for the lower parts of the city. It's a loud place that smells like sulfur and rot.
Oh, I was supposed to work there. I didn't do anything.
There is a creature in a tank filled with some kind of acid. The poor thing is obviously in horrible pain, but I'm neither allowed to touch it nor to speak to it. They call it mother. I don't know why. My roommate says we will end up in one of those graves planted along the factory. I hope he is wrong. In order to run faster in the mines, I have to drink some kind of bitter liquid they call speeder. Then every time I concentrate, I am able to run. I mean, like, really fast. It hurts my head. It burns every muscle, as if I'm going to explode. My flatmate is right. These people don't care about us. We are just tools to them. A soulless workforce. The mines are burning hot. It's impossible to stay in there for more than a few seconds, and I constantly have to go back to the healing bay, which is at the entrance to the mines.
Oh, so that's what the force field is for.
My job is absurd. Basically, I have to activate 3 big jackhammers and collect the extracted stones behind the machines. I have no idea what these stones are for, but I think they are some type of food for the creature in the tank. Although, they actually look like eggs. One of my roommates bought some drugs. She told me that the pills would help her control her dreams. Become lucid, she said. She wants to manipulate the doctors so they believe her story. At least, that was the plan. She is sick now. Dying, maybe. I don't think I've seen her awake in days. My flat is a mess. It's dirty and humid, and I can barely sleep at night. One of my roommates is going completely nuts, constantly mumbling things about the eye controlling his thoughts, or whatever. My other roommate just spends his days staring at weird pictures he finds in the desert. He says they are memories of all those who died on the way. I don't know. He thinks we're all trapped. They need us here, he said, but they have no use for free men. On the radio, they tell us stories about the South sometimes. About the protests, the hunger, the diseases. Even for someone who had to flee the place, it seems so much worse than it really is. Like we are animals, like we came from hell. I miss it sometimes, my hell. You, Eric, I miss my freedom too. Everything here is monitored. My thoughts do not feel like my own anymore, as if there's a voice in my head ordering me what to do. I haven't heard from you since I left. I miss you. Love, your brother.
Wait, I was supposed to activate 3 hammers? I guess I'm not getting a promotion now. Okay. Okay. So I got the 3 hammers and yes, I can feed the spoopy monster baby now. Now, what do I do? Guess it's time to send old dear fake sister a letter and give Eric a kiss from us.
Next to my apartment there is a church. They call it the Church of the Watching Eye. People just stand there like zombies, like they are already dead. I'm not sure how to join the church, but I think it has something to do with the surveillance cameras. I think I have to be seen by all the cameras in order to prove what? None of this makes sense. Love, your brother.
I guess I need to convert to the spoopy Illuminati church, and in order to do that I need to show myself, however suggestively that might seem. Oh, there's a camera up here, cool. Oh, and a doctor's office? Take weird drugs or exit out of the building. I'm gonna do the drugs. Whoa! The drugs are awesome in the future. Again. Yeah! Yeah! Whoa! This looks like a PS2 menu screen. And I'm out again, and I have no idea what to do. Let's write the old fake sister another letter.
Dear sister, I told the doctors why I had to leave the South. The insults, the beatings, the threats. I told them everything. I'm not sure, but I think they are supposed to determine if my story is real. They give me pills that make me fall asleep. I don't know what happens then. I think they watch my dreams. Love, your brother.
And that gave me absolutely no answer, so let's write old dearie sister another letter.
Dear sister, the city is so empty. I mean, you can see buildings and obviously millions of people live here, but you almost never see anyone on the streets. I never saw a child, not a single one. Can you imagine that? It's like everyone here is either old or dead. I have to convert to the Church of the Watching Eye before being allowed to enter the immigration office. They say it's a matter of trust. I'm not sure. I think they have no idea what trust is. All they know is fear. They see us as monsters, crawling out of hell. But they need us because they are old and dying. Isn't it funny? Everywhere I go, I seem to be the enemy. Heaven is afraid of me, sis. Love, your brother.
Ooh, there's a police station. I should probably also go there. And that's a creepy test thing. I'm down. I mean, I survived this psychedelic trip to the doctor's office, so how bad can the police station really be? I have no idea what I'm... Oh, I guess I passed. Fantastic. And I guess we should write dear old fake sister another letter and give Eric a kiss from us. For the 100th time.
Dear sister, in the corridors from the police station, there is a poor old guy who comes every day. I don't know what he does there, but he seems sad. Today, he told me that all the peoples on the screens are terrorists, except the kids. He said I should only recognize the kids. I asked him who the kids are, but he just said, when the world was young and we were all dying of thirst, what did I do? I hid, like we all hide when darkness is at our doorstep. To prove that I'm not a terrorist, I have to watch videos of people. They all look unreal, slightly faded away, like a dream from the past. The police want me to say which person I recognize, but I've never seen any of them. Who are they? Are they dead? It looks like they have been experimented on, like someone did horrible things to them. Sometimes I fear that I'm looking at ghosts, and that I'll end up on the screen too. Love, your brother.
Oh! Yes. Yeah, I just figured out the letters. Yeah, I just figured out the letters mechanic. If you don't know what to do in the game, and that is, well, all the time, you can write old, dear, fake sister a letter, and by narrating what you are doing to her, you can figure out what to do next. I think that's how it works. Let's see. I'm a smart. And I took so many notes for absolutely no reason. Let's write old dear fake sister another letter, and let's figure out what the fuck we're doing.
The officer at the police station is an enormously fat woman who speaks with a weird accent. She doesn't like me. She says people like us can't be trusted. The natives seem to think that everyone from the south is a terrorist. But I saw what they do in the desert. Who are they to judge? Anyway, I think I spent too many hours waiting in line and filling out forms. Believe it or not, some days I miss the desert. Love, your brother.
That gave us absolutely no clues, but we still need to find the last camera so we can enter the immigration center and immigrate or whatever. So let's do that. Yes! I found the last camera, and now we can enter the immigration office. Spoopy. Okay, so I deliver this and this. Do I need to do it in order? No. Oh, random order, but it. Oh, it works now. Yes, it works. Okay, super. Oh, okay, so I need to click the boxes and then I'm done? Oh, and none of the letters I've written have been sent. The government's monitored my correspondence and held them back. Thanks, big brother. I see what they did there. Kinda. But I'll oblige. Oh, and now can write an actual letter to the dear fake sister. And of course the lovely little Eric.
Dear sister, I arrived a month ago. I know I promised to write sooner. I wanted to. I tried. But I had so much to do here, so much to learn. It's a very nice place, but it's hard to get used to at first. Anyways, I finally got asylum. I also have a job and a little flat. Things are starting to look up. What about you and Eric? You should join me. They need people here. You would find work easily and everything is so much better than it is in the south. I know what they say about the city and crossing the desert. It's true, the desert is hard, but everything gets better. Believe me, everything is fine once you've left those terrible landscapes of fire behind. Love, your brother.
Okay, it's an allegory for immigration. I get it now. Actually, I would probably incline to say that the game is about either the Scandinavian guest worker period in the 1960s or the refugee crisis from 2003 to 2015. Because our protagonist is constantly confused about how to navigate the system, which sounds a lot like what the migrants went through when they came to Scandinavia. We went completely digital back in 2004. And to many immigrants that concept was completely alien, and it was an absolute nightmare for them to navigate. At the police station where we see this in action, we also meet the old man who speaks with a weird accent. And I think this refers to when the refugees came to Scandinavia in the early 2000s and encountered the Turkish migrants who had been there since the 60s. And the apartment situation reminds me very much of the stories I've heard about what the Turkish first experienced when they came to Denmark. Since they were literally sent here to build apartments, there weren't really any decent places for them to stay when they first came, because they literally had to build their own homes. It wasn't supposed to be like that, but that's kind of the way it ended up. And so when they were building these apartments, they lived in really shitty apartments, and some of them brought their families, and they ended up living in really close quarters in apartments that were less than desirable. Because back in the 60s, the cheapest apartments in Denmark were exactly as they described their apartments in the game North. Filthy. And so I just kept finding similarities between what I've experienced myself and what I've heard from back in the 60s. But then I've also found a lot of stuff I don't recognize. Like the situation with the mine and the conversion therapy and so on. And then it hit me, I'm not supposed to recognize those situations because those situations specifically didn't happen where I live. I'm supposed to recognize and deal with the situation that I recognize from real life, like the living accommodation thing and the bureaucratic red tape, because those were situations that happened in my country. I'm supposed to be put in the shoes of an immigrant, and I'm supposed to identify with things that could have been applicable if I had come as an immigrant to my own country. And that's sort of what North is about. It's not about a specific refugee crisis, it's about all of them, and you're supposed to take away whatever lessons you think apply to your situation, depending on where you live in the world. Because pretty much no matter where you live in the world right now, there are gonna be refugees and migrants coming to your country or escaping from your country. So I went into this expecting absolutely nothing, and as I was playing it I didn't really think too highly of it. It actually wasn't until I was done playing North that the message really hit home, and I started to see all these parallels between situations in the game and my real life experiences. And it's a really good game, besides having the same visual presentation as a music video for an early 90s emo band. So I don't think I have really that much more to say about it. It's a pretty good game, go play it. That is my final rating. Bye!